Torah Life Ministries come out of the world. Messiah people seek the truth.
Hello everybody, it's Paul Neeson. Welcome to Torah Life Ministries. I just want to reply to some of the questions some people had, and we did a video about what is Messianic Judaism, and we got a big reply to that one. And you know, folks, we call it Messianic Judaism, or we did. That was because what the question was in reference to. But some people didn't like the name Messianic Judaism. Some people don't like the name Messianic. Some people don't like the name Judaism. Folks, you can call it what you want. You can say what you want. But the idea was the question, and people are asking about, how is it different? What people that believe in Messiah, who are keepers of Torah, how is that different than Christianity? And that was the question that we were asking, because you got things like Jews for Jesus versus Messianic Judaism, which people automatically assume, well, those are both believers in Messiah, the Jewish people that believe in Messiah. No. I mean, Jews for Jesus are Jewish people that believe in Messiah, but they live a life that goes against the Torah or against the ways of the Torah, where the people of the Messianic Judaism faith or the Messianic faith or the Nazarene Israelite faith, or whatever you want to call it, are not only Jewish people, but they're all people from all over the world that believe in Yeshua as Messiah, but want to uphold the Torah as Yeshua told us to do in the scriptures. And there's a lot of different names and the different things it's called. Even his name himself, Yeshua, Yahshua, Yahushua, or the name of our Creator, Yahweh, Yiveh, Yahweh, Yadhe, There's many different differences out there, folks, but do not look besides that to not get the answer to the actual question, or to try to see what the question was. So if some of you out there have a question, why use the name Messianic Judaism or Judaism, or why I don't like to use that, that's fine. Post these things below the video so people can talk about it and learn from these things. But the question really is how is what Messianic Judaism is, or the Messianic faith, or different than what's Christianity today, or what the church believes today? And that's what I was replying to. And if anyone wants to see that answer, you can go back and look a couple of days on TorahLife.tv and see that answer. But one of the replies I got was from a lady who says, you state that Yeshua is descendant of Abraham and David. Do you believe he is the son of Yahweh? Well, absolutely I do. I mean, because that's what the scriptures say. He says he is the Messiah. He's clearly the son of our Creator, and the scriptures say that quite clearly. But you go on to say, I call myself a Christian, but in no way do I confess that with the abomination of what Constantine formulated, a mixture of truth and error, or in God ways of paganism. Well, that's one of the differences here. And when we understand what Christianity is today, based not on the teachings of Messiah, Yeshua, but basically on the desires of Constantine, then we understand the real difference between not Judaism, folks, not the Orthodox Judaism, folks. Don't get this mixed up, but with what Messiah Yeshua, our Creator, what he taught, and what Yahweh wanted him and brought him to teach us, the living Torah. So it's not about Judaism. It's not about the traditions of Judaism. It's about the desires of Constantine that the church today desires to follow, versus the teachings of the Messiah Yeshua, the son of Yahweh, of what he desired, and that's it right there. You go on to say, I am of Scripture, and of course that includes Torah, a believing Christian. I appreciate David's statements in Psalms 119, I love their word, and therefore I hate every false way. Well, even the word Christian, folks, can be made many different ways, because I know a lot of people that are into this Messianic faith that they run away from the word Christian. And that's very understandable, because the word Christian usually means a follower of Constantine's ways, not the ways of Yahweh, which would be a good way to define it. But somebody certainly can follow Torah, be a believer, keep Torah, and if they want to call themselves a Christian, which technically means a follower of Constantine's way, and not necessarily a follower of Yeshua Messiah, people can get confused by the names, but people can be saying Christian, but meaning I'm a Messianic believer, or I believe the same thing you believe, Paul, and I believe in Torah, I believe in the living Torah, I believe Yeshua said we are not to do away with it, but we are to keep and upheld it. You know, you could call yourself a Christian and believe in that, but most people that call themselves Christians follow the ways of Constantine and the ways of the church today, so that's where the confusion comes in. Just like most people that say the word Judaism, whether it's Messianic Judaism or Orthodox Judaism, they're all grouped into one subject, but a name is one thing, folks, but the action says another thing. So regardless what you decide to call yourself, you know, the actions really reveal the true motive of your heart. And the scriptures tell us what those motives should be. Yeshua shows us what those motives should be, and we have to carry that out. And praise Yahweh for coming down here, and Yeshua for showing us via the living Torah of how to make this happen, folks. So it's a great thing. Then the next question here was, so do you believe the Jewish people who have accepted Yeshua as their atonement and salvation are today part of the church body that is made up of Jews and Gentiles? Again, I just answered this question. First of all, it's not just about the Jewish people. Remember, the Jewish people were one of the 12 tribes that created all of Israel. You know, and so there's 12 different tribes, and yes, I am from the tribe of Judah, and you know, I believe whether somebody is from the tribe of Judah or one of the 12 tribes from Israel, from anywhere in the world, if you believe in Messiah for what he stood for and what he said, and your actions and desires take on his actions and desires, and you desire to follow and uphold what he taught, the Torah, we're all in the same place, folks. You know, and people want to say different things about being grafted in or being made part of this or you know, folks, you either believe in the Messiah or you don't. And if you believe in him truly, your heart is supposed to reflect that. And eventually your actions are supposed to follow. But when somebody says that, whether they're Jewish or not, if they believe that they're, you know, in Yeshua and their actions are not revealing that, and their desires to study and learn Torah are not revealing that, well, you could say all what you believe, but your actions really reveal your heart. As you say in your question here too, another big confusion is you say part of the church body is made up of Jews and Gentiles. Folks, the church is not made up of Jews and Gentiles. You know, a Gentile means a non-believer. It doesn't mean a non-Jewish person. It means a non-believer. I no longer or never did believe that Yeshua is Messiah. I don't believe in the scriptures. I don't even believe in Yahweh and what he had to say. I don't believe in Torah. I don't believe in the New Testament, the Old Testament. That is what a Gentile is. The heathens of the world, the nations of the world that go against the message of Yahweh and Yeshua. That is what a Gentile is. There's no such thing, folks, as a believing Gentile. That is an oxymoron. If you're a believer, you can't be a Gentile. That's like saying I'm a believer, non-believer. Once you become a believer, you become part of Israel. Whether you want to say it's spiritual Israel or physical Israel, you know, that's a whole other topic we can discuss another time. But the fact is, when you say you believe in Messiah for who he says he is, and you desire and carry out what he said to do, you are no longer a heathen or a Gentile of the world. You know, so maybe this whole subject of this Q&A could be talked about different names or different ways and verbiage, because a lot of people like to use different names, and it can be very misdeceiving or so on, because, or confusing even, because, you know, a lot of people out there call themselves Gentiles, but they are in fact believers. But they're just using this name because they just don't know the history of the name or where it comes from. People call themselves Christians, you know, not because they desire to follow the ways of Constantine, which what that word really stands for. It's just because they don't know the history of Christianity or the word Christian, where truly they might be a follower of the way of Yeshua and the way of Messiah. You know, people call themselves Messianic Jews or Judaism. Maybe they're not from the tribe of Judah. But so the names, you know, and what they truly are, we do have to do a study on. And really, people need to understand and get these right to clear up some of the confusion. But because I say Christian or Gentile or Messianic Jew or something, Don't let that take you away from what your heart truly believes. If your heart truly believes something and the name does not fit or does fit or the label fits what you are or not, there are labels, folks, but there's action as well. And if you're comfortable and you know where you're at, who cares about the labels? But we should get the labels right so other people don't. All right, everybody, that's Paul Neeson with Torah Life Ministries, so go and check that out. And thanks for joining us. And until again, everybody, shalom, shalom.
Seek the truth, avoid the evil, learn Yahweh's way.